Hi, I'm One Kidney Mike. I donated a kidney in February of 2025, and now I'm training to climb all 27 peaks in Montana that are greater than 12,000 feet to prove that kidney donation doesn't hold you back. I'm here at the start of the Sawtooth Trail again. I am going to do the South Tooth this time. Last time I just got to the North Tooth, which is pretty easy. That's when most people do. The South Tooth, from what I've read, is actually quite a bit more technical, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing that. People say it's probably a class 4 with some pretty extreme exposure. That's probably going to be the most exposure that I would encounter on the 27 peaks, so I'm really interested to see how comfortable I feel doing it. Also, this is going to be the last weekend that I'm training. Next weekend I'm taking Friday off, and I'm going to be heading down to the Beartooth Mountains to actually start on the 27 peaks, so I'm pretty excited about that. Well, there's the north peak of Sawtooth, which you can see for most of the way up. Still can't see the South Tooth. I'm just on top of a little ridge here. As you can see, it's very steep right here. And over there's the valley I walked up. Well, I made it up to the ridgeline. I must say I am a little bit nervous just because everything that I read was describing it as pretty intense. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna be like well outside my comfort zone or if it's gonna be just fine. We'll just kind of see how this all kind of pans out. Going over that this time was a little more nerve-wracking because the wind's a lot stronger, but not too bad. Well, the wind's not too bad right here, and I can now see Sawtooth and the middle tooth. So they're right there. They look about the same height from here, but they're definitely not. So we're making good progress around the north tooth, and then we'll have to figure out the best way up. I'm at the base of Sawtooth South, or the South Tooth, and the question now is what route am I going to take? How am I going to get up there? I kind of got myself into a dead end here. If you look right over there, there doesn't really seem to be a way to climb it, and so I've got to go back the way I came. Well, I'm having a heck of a time finding a route. So this is what I'm standing on, and as it drops off, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I've reached as far as I'm gonna go, and it's not the peak. Which is kind of disappointing, but we have reached the limit of my comfort zone, for sure, 110%. So I did a lot of scrambling around over here, trying to find how to get that ledge, and then I went back over to spot down over there, where I could see kind of a little bit further over behind the South Peak over here, and it actually looked the same, as this. I'm pretty sure this is the actual path over there, and it would actually match the description of what I heard as far as having to go across some very narrow gaps with a lot of exposure, and then right there, that looks like I could climb it. I'm pretty sure that I could climb it. The thing I am also pretty sure about is that I could not down climb it. I could not get back down. There's a spot where I tried to climb down, and it was rather steep, and my heart was racing. I wasn't doing anything, and it was at 128 beats per minute, just kind of sitting there thinking about going down. So I'm going to show you the view here. It is amazing. I am still happy with as far as I got. I think I did a pretty good job. I am not a daredevil, and mountaineering is not something that I've been doing for very long. So I think that, climbing this with all of that exposure, like if I slip, that's pretty much death. And then going over that, which wouldn't be too bad, but the wind actually is fairly strong right now. And then another less narrow section with exposure on either side. So it certainly is doable, just not by me. I'm gonna eat actually up here. I'm gonna eat some lunch up here. This is beautiful. Like I said, I'm really happy with as far as I got. And whoa. And then I'm gonna head back. I've done most of the down climbing. Need to go over there I think I might actually just climb Sawtooth Peak just so that way I can say I climbed a peak. But that's where I came from. I didn't film down climbing because I didn't want to climb back up and climb back down again to get the camera. Well, when I was at the base of the Sawtooth, I thought, oh wow, I might as well climb it since I'm here. It's not very far. And that way I at least get to say I summited a peak, just not the South Peak, unfortunately. But what can you do? It doesn't have a route that I'm comfortable taking. So we'll just look again at the view from the North Peak. Of course, we've got our nice drop off. If you look right there, those rocks just recently shifted. You can tell by how the dirt is still on them. The weather hasn't washed it off yet. I'm back on the main trail. I'm trying to go as fast as I possibly can because it's past 7:30 now, and this has been a very long hike just because I was going so slow on trying to find the routes and then down climbing. I think that this hike has really taught me a lot about my limits and my comfort zone. And so this concludes the training portion of all my videos. Next week I'm going to be taking Friday off and heading over to the Sawtooth Mountains to start doing some of those summits. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to start. I really want to plan out something. And since I didn't make South Sawtooth, I really I may not make every single one of those 27 peaks, which is fine with me. I hope that it's okay with you too. Like, the point of this channel is not really to show Mike doing extreme things. The point of this channel is to show everyone that donating a kidney doesn't have to slow you down. In fact, it won't if you just get out there. Especially since you can't donate a kidney if you aren't already healthy. So it really doesn't have much of an effect on you for very long. I'm gonna wrap up the video right here. And if you enjoyed it, please like it. Please subscribe. If you have any comments, suggestions, even encouragement, please leave a comment down below. All those things really kind of help the YouTube algorithm to help people find the channel. And the more people I'm able to reach, you know, the better and be able to get the message across. I'm not doing this because I want people to know who I am. I'm doing this because I want people to consider, you know, the possibility of donating a kidney. Hopefully we're able to reach, you know, a pretty wide audience to spread that message. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.